Hi everybody, this is Lisa and it's time for another writing class. In this hour we are going to be doing some writing in English. So if you are interested in improving your writing skills, then this may be the class for you. Everybody is welcome, all different levels. I provide questions and prompts and some pictures that you can write stories about or describe. And I also have an essay question for the TOEFL exam. So if you're a person who is studying for the TOEFL exam, like Ahmad, who's in the chat, hi Ahmad, then you may be interested in participating in this class and spending most of the time working on developing an essay. It's kind of to help you kind of simulate a testing situation, so you get the question and you have the time. Usually we only get to have about 45 to 50 minutes to write because it takes a little while to start the class up and get everybody in here and everybody to the Google document. So it takes a few minutes to get started, but then you have the whole rest of the time to write your essay if you want to write the essay. And then I provide feedback, corrections, feedback, how you can change the wording a little bit, how to make it a little bit more clear or more like a native English speaker would write. So if you are interested in practicing your writing, now is a good time. As soon as you see that green button, that's the join class button, and that way you can come into the Google Hangouts here. I posted in the chat that I'm only going to give the Google document link in the Google chat. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I'm a little bit concerned because sometimes we have a lot of people watching this class, and sometimes people go to the document, and in the past we've had a couple of times that somebody has, maybe by accident, maybe on purpose, we don't know, they have erased people's writings, and that's not very fun. So, hi there, Ahmad and Maria. Welcome to class. Let me go post the thing. So, how are you doing? Ahmad, were you going to send me your other one? Did you want to do that?
I already sent it back.
I didn't see it yet. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's about 45 minutes only.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I didn't check my email. Okay, great. So, hi everybody. We're just going to wait for everybody to join the class. If you've joined already and you are in the Google Hangouts, then please go to the Google chat. I will show you where that is to make sure everybody knows. It's on your left-hand side of your screen. If you're looking at the screen, the video is in the middle, and on the left it says chat. And if you click on chat, it opens up a window. Let's see, that's not what I wanted to share with you yet. Sorry, get organized here. Here we go. Yeah, so here we are. If you go go to the Google chat, that's where you're going to find the Google document that we're going to be using. So I see 2 people have opened it already, but we have a few more people in the Google Hangout, so I want to make sure you know how to get to the document. So right here, this is the blue chat box, so just go over to the chat box, click on it, and it will open up a group chat. And then you see this link that I posted here. If you click on that link...
It's not there, Lisa. We can't see it. I can see it.
You cannot see it in the Google chat?
No, I see it on your page, and you're sharing with us, but I don't see it in the Google chat or Verbling chat.
Let me try again. Okay, do you see it now?
Yes, it's there. Thank you. Now it's there.
Okay, great. So if you click on that, it will open up the Google document, and that is where we're going to be writing. So let me screen share that with you all, and just make sure everybody understands how it works. So I'm going to go over the directions. Like I said, if you are already a person who has done this class many times with me, then you may go ahead and start writing. Today I have 6 different questions or prompts, and I also put in here this thing where it says optional, because I know some people It's fun to just try to write something just because I gave you a question or something, but I know some people are trying to develop certain types of writing or certain styles, and also they just want to practice a specific thing, and I'm okay with that. So if you want to go to the bottom and just type anything that you are working on, leave Ahmad's stuff alone, but maybe go beyond his, whoops, then you can do that. Okay? So here's how it works. The writing class, ready to write. Read the questions. So as you can see, if you scroll down the page, you'll be able to see that we have some pictures, and then we have, they're not necessarily questions, they're what you call prompts. So this one says, tell the story of what is going on. So you see these two women here. What are they doing? Why are they doing it? You get to tell that story. And you can tell it in whatever style you want. You can tell it as a funny story, a serious story, a news report. You can tell it just as a simple description. Here, number 2 is a similar thing. You have a picture. And so write the story that goes along with this picture. And you get to make it up. You can tell us what happened before this bear got in the water, what's going to happen next. You can describe the picture. It's really up to you. This is a very, what we call, open-ended writing class. I'm not giving you very, very specific details about how you have to do things. It's more about your own creativity and just using the language. Number 3 is, if you had an opportunity to get a message across to a large group of people, what would that be, or what would it be? So that means, like, if you have a message of peace and love, or no war, or you have some other kinds of messages that you think are important for people to learn about or hear, what would it be? And explain about that. 4 is a simple little one. It just says, what makes you smile? So just tell us about something that makes you smile, makes you laugh maybe, or makes you feel happy inside. Number 5 is, what do you like about your life? So you can pick 1 or 2 things and write a paragraph or 2 explaining some of the things that you like about your life. And then the last one here is the TOEFL essay question. So it's an independent essay, so it means you're writing it all by yourself. This I copied from a book that prepares students for TOEFL. So it said, you will read a question on the screen, so that's when you're taking the actual test. It's online. It usually asks you for your opinion about a familiar topic, or your preference, or something like that, if you agree or disagree. And you'll have 30 minutes to plan it, write it, and revise it. So that's really important. Before you go to read your writing out loud to me, make sure you read it over and fixed some things. And then typically a good essay for the independent topic will require that you write 300 to 350 words. And then today's statement is, some students like classes where teachers lecture. That means they do all the talking in class. Other students prefer classes where the students do some of the talking. Which type of class do you prefer? Give specific reasons and details to support your choice. So if you're working on a TOEFL question, you need to have a paragraph for the introduction and a paragraph for your first reason, your second reason, your third reason, and a conclusion paragraph, a concluding paragraph where you just kind of wrap all your ideas up and basically say, this is what I think, this is why, and that's it. Okay, so let's see. Does anybody have any questions? One more thing before you start with questions. Just a couple of things to remember when you are writing in English. In English, we always capitalize I. So if you use a sentence where you're going to be saying, I went to the store, I love this, I like this, whatever you're doing, capitalize I. Capitalize the first letter of the first word in a sentence. So when you're going to start a sentence, like right here, tell the story, that first letter is capitalized. And also, if you have names of people, places, or things, like specific names, like Gassan or Imad or Maria, those you capitalize those. Or places might be names of cities or companies, buildings, things like that. And punctuation. Some people they put a space and then they put the period, but in English we don't do that. We just finish our sentence, and then right after that last letter right there is where you put the comma. And the same thing, the period. The same thing with the commas. You put it right after. You don't leave a space. So that's just a reminder. And then for people who sometimes are forgetting to put like it is or they are, you don't just put is or are when you're writing a sentence. You need to have that something. The people are, the company was. You need to know what you're talking about. Not. I know in Spanish, for example, it's different. For example, in Spanish, you can just say es or son or something like that, or están. You don't need to necessarily put it there because that's already in that el es or something like that. Okay, so does anybody now have any questions about what to do? Vladimir, do you know what to do? Okay, Gassan, what is your question?
Yeah, I have to write one story about one of these topics or all of them?
So the writing class is really just for you. So it really depends on what you're interested in doing. You can choose whatever you want to start with, and you can just use the whole time to write as much as you want. So if you want to start with number 1, go ahead and write as much as you want. And then if you're finished, you tell me, and then you read it out loud, and then I make corrections as needed. And if you want to write a lot, like Ahmad, for example, is going to just be working on this question here. So he's going to use probably the whole time to work on that. But if you want to write short paragraphs or sentences and try to do all of these, that's okay too. And maybe some of you are working on a different piece of writing altogether and you want to work just on that. So it's really just a time set aside for you to write and me to help you correct. Does that answer your question?
Yes, mercy, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And so what I like you to do is when you're going to write, just type your name, and then right underneath your name you can start start typing your answer or your story or whatever it is that you're doing, and then that way I will be able to find it when you're done. And sometimes you can change the text color if you like to do that. So yeah, so take a couple of minutes to think, and you can start with whichever one you like. You don't have to start with number 1 or number 2. You can go all the way to number 5 or number 4, whichever one you have some things coming to your mind. Sometimes it takes a little while. So the purpose of the writing class, there's a lot of things going on in the writing class. Number 1, obviously you're writing. There's a couple of different ways to write. You could be thinking in your own language and then translating. That's a beginning step. And then there's thinking in English and trying to just use your thinking and your writing in English. So everybody in this class is at a different level, and so that means you will all be writing at a different level. So it's okay if you want to write 3 or 4 sentences, and it's okay if you want to write 3 paragraphs. It's really up to you to challenge yourself to write as much as you want in the way that you want. So some people take this opportunity to try to do something new, maybe use some new vocabulary, try out some new phrasal verbs, or try out some new expressions that you've been learning. It's really up to you. I'm a big fan of what we call self-directed learning, and a lot of you are probably doing that because you're here joining the class. So I'm not giving you grades, I'm not giving you credit, I'm just giving you time and help. So this is a container for you guys to join and use your own, improve your own skills. Okay? So I know Ahmad and Maria, they know what they're doing. Does anybody, Ahmed, you know what to do, and Amparo knows what to do?
I know what to do, but I don't have the link to the document.
All right. Did you go to the Google chat? That's where we're posting it, in the Google chat. Do you see that?
At the beginning?
On your left, on the upper left hand screen, you see where it says
at the
chat.
beginning of the class, you write?
I've been doing it a lot. So just go check in it now. Do you know how to do that?
I cannot see.
Okay. I didn't put it in the Verbling chat. I put it in the Google chat. So if you go to this blue icon, it says chat. If you open it, it opens up here.
Okay.
You got that?
Okay.
Okay, great.
Thanks.
Yeah, you should be able to see it there. Okay, Omer, do you have any questions? Omer, are you there? Your microphone might be muted. So it does look like we have several people watching, checking it out. So if you want to join, there's a couple of spots left, maybe one or two, maybe. So if you join the class, then you'll be able to go to the Google chat and you'll be able to get the link, which will open up this document that you're looking at here. And this is where you write. All you have to do is put your cursor, like I started here, and you can just push return or enter and start writing the story about these, whatever, these two women, blah, 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 whatever. Tell me what they're doing. Okay, so Maria, you're working on your own down at the bottom, I see. That's good.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. You're going to become a reporter, huh?
I like to write this kind of text. They are short, informative, and
yeah. Cool. And I think Vladimir got started. So Ghassan, do you have any more questions?
No, I'm trying to think about the story about these two women. Yeah.
Yes, I know. It takes a little while to get your creative juices flowing, that we can say.
I'm just trying to find a story that is, tellable here, not too dirty.
That's funny. Yes. Okay. And Amparo, that you found the link? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. And Pavel, hi there.
Hello.
If you go to the Google chat, did you go to the Google chat? It's up in the left-hand corner of the screen. It says chat, and there's a blue picture there. If you click on that, it'll open up the Google chat, and that's where you can find the link.
Yeah, I found it.
Okay, great. And then you can just read through the questions and then decide which one you want to start on. And when you're ready to start writing, just type your name and then your writing right below there. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And if you have any questions, like you want to ask me how to say something, or you're not sure what this phrase means or something, you can just let me know, because I'm just waiting right here for people to get going and start needing some corrections. So in the first few minutes, 10 minutes or so of the writing, it takes a little while because, of course, you're thinking and you're writing. So you can take your time. So I'm going to be talking to the people who are watching. So people who are in the class, just go ahead and keep writing whatever you're writing, and I will just talk a little bit so the people who are watching can understand what's going on. As you know, the Verbling classes are being recorded. So this is a live class. It's happening right now. I live in Washington State in the United States, and it's a little bit after 12. So it's a little bit after noon, midday, and people from all around the world can come to Verbling classes. We have lots of English classes happening all day and all night, and we have Spanish classes also now. And people do all kinds of different types of classes. I like to do a few writing classes during the week. I usually have between 10 and 15 classes during the week. Usually up to 3. I have 3 classes today. And so I mix it up. I do reading classes, speaking, role-playing. We're going to have a debate later this week, things like that. And during the writing classes, what I like to do is just give you the opportunity to write and me to help you improve your writing by making corrections to punctuation, grammar, style, your wording, that kind of thing. Okay, Anne, are you there? Hi, Anne. Maybe your microphone is muted. So if you join this class after it starts, the main thing you need to do is go to the Google chat to get the link. And that's where the Google document is, and the Google document is what we call editable. That means you can make edits on it. It's like a group document. So as long as you have the link, you can get to it. And you will find the questions and the prompts there, and you'll see that people are already writing.
I am done.
Okay.
With a short notice. Is it okay if I do? No?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk to Bruno, who's in the chat, because...
Yeah, okay, I'll wait.
Oh, yeah, I just want to make a comment. Bruno, you're saying that you're not able to write yet, but you're writing in the chat. So you are writing in English. So go ahead and join the class. Don't be afraid.
There should be one spot.
Yeah, there should be one spot left. Yes, the writing class is really... If all of these questions are actually too difficult for you, then write something easier. Practice writing what your name is and what you do for work and explaining something about yourself. That's okay. I just come up with these prompts to get you started, but if you're working on something else, that's okay too. I mostly want to help you improve and give you immediate feedback and corrections so that you can you don't have to wait a lot to wonder, am I doing this right? How do people do this? I'm here to help you. Okay? You're still writing. You had more inspiration? Me? Yeah, you.
Yeah, I found some more facts here.
Okay.
This article is not... It's from... I don't know if it's from last week. I'm not sure.
No, okay.
I guess this election is over and yeah. But anyway,
okay,
I couldn't find any more information on the internet. From all appearances, Greenland will get its first female prime minister after the Social Democrats' victory in the election. Mm-hmm. Her name is Aleka Hammond, and she is the leader of the Social Democratic Party, SIMUT. That means she gets the task to form a government, and it is likely that she will become the prime minister. Shimut, the Social Democratic Party, got 42.8% of the votes in the election. One of Hammond's campaign promises was to tax foreign mining companies on site in Greenland to extract the mineral deposits. Shimut also wants independence from Denmark.
Okay, so everything is good. I don't need to read through the whole thing. So is it Shimut or Siamut? Just because you wrote it differently in different places. Is it with H or like that?
H or... Okay, I think it's the first one because
Okay. So there's that.
See here.
I don't know. That's just the name.
It's the first one, yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. Okay, so that means she gets the task. I guess when you use the word gets, it's almost like she gets. It's like a privilege or something. Or because another way I would say it is now she has the task, like it's more of a responsibility. So which meaning did you want to have? More like it's a good thing that she gets to do this?
No, it's her responsibility.
Okay. She has the task, and then I would just say of forming a government, and it is likely that she will become the prime minister. Okay, and then for the
it's not sure that she will become the prime minister because
it's likely though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So, and then decimal points, we use points, not the commas. It's different. That's our problem. We do the same. In Europe, you guys do it that way. We do it with the
We do it
point.
differently.
Yes, we do it differently. Okay. All right, so she got 42.8%, and percentage is just one word, of the votes in the election. One of Hammond's campaign promises was to tax foreign mining companies on site in Greenland. So I was thinking it's more like the foreign mining companies that are extracting the mineral deposits, right? The ones that are doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
So one of Hammond's campaign promises was to tax foreign mining companies on site in Greenland who are extracting mineral deposits. Yeah. I would just say it adds emphasis to say like from the country or something like that. Okay. They're taking them out of Greenland, I assume, extracting them and then moving them to other parts of the world. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Siema also wants independence from Denmark. Okay.
Okay. I wasn't sure about the word campaign, because we don't have campaign like you have in the United States. It's more like they make promises before the election.
Yeah, but
they say that.
The word campaign refers to, like in the United States, several people who are trying to become a president, they spend like a year before the election campaigning, which is the act of like going and telling everybody.
Then it's not the right word. It's more of an election promise. Can I say so?
Well, yeah, one of Hammond's. Oh, do you mean it's what she promised after the election or before they won?
Before.
It's a campaign promise. We would say campaign promise.
Okay.
Because she had to, even though that might not have been what she did, like going around the whole, because Greenland's a small country and the United States is a big country, so maybe in Greenland you just go to 2 main cities or something. But in the United States you have to go to a lot of places to get your message out. But I'm imagining she had a somewhat of a campaign, which means she just told the people what her party would do if elected, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so that's right, yeah. Because the election promise, I would think of that more as after she got elected, then she made some promises. That's what, if it was like election. Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay, good, thanks.
Okay, sure. Okay, so that was a demonstration, thank you, Maria, of what I do in this writing class. So Maria has been coming to the writing classes quite a bit, and so she's working on a different style of writing, more of a news reporting type of writing. Some of the ones up here are more creative writing, I would say, like when I tell you to have a story, or some of them are informational, just experiences of your life. Those are sometimes fun to answer. So everybody can just write whatever they want. And Gaston, that's good. And sometimes people are very funny and creative too. So you can choose whatever style that interests you to write. You can try to be funny, you can try to be serious, you can just be very informational. It's really, really up to you. But what happens is that once you finish your writing, then just tell me that you're done, and then we'll do with you what I just did with Maria, which was I just had her read what she wrote, and then I just made a few corrections. Some people I might have to make different types of corrections, but that's what we do. Ahmed, we have 2 Ahmeds in the class. I'm just checking on both of you to make sure that you have the links and you're working on your writing. Ahmed Abdul, are you writing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm keep writing, yes.
Okay. And Ahmed Nemo, how are you? Are you writing, Ahmed? Nemo? I know Vladimir's been writing. Gassan's writing. Enz, are you writing? I didn't see if you were writing. Hi, Alpha. Are you going to write today? So if you are ready, Vladimir, are you ready to read any of yours?
Yeah, it's better to.
Your microphone's a little bit hard to hear, hard to understand. Which one did you want to read?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Do you want to read number one?
Third one.
The third one? Okay. Are you still...
Third one. The quick message that I can... I want to improvise.
Okay. Read number one.
So can I start?
Yes.
Read. Okay. Okay. So what the people are doing in this picture? I read down that they're trying to sing on karaoke some funny songs. Maybe it's for very old famous songs and try to make fun using like funny stuff. This big glasses and funny head, the special gown, and probably not singing very correctly, like they trying to make fun and purposely mispronounce and
okay, I would say good. Well, you're mostly telling me, so let me write some things for you so then you can see how they're written. So you could say they are trying to sing some funny karaoke songs. They are wearing big sunglasses and funny clothing. They are probably singing old songs and messing up the words or something like that is what I kind of heard you say. Does that make...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, good.
Messing, yeah, that's what...
They're like singing the wrong words or something. Messing up.
It's very suited for this.
Yeah.
But I didn't know this till now, but things going to change.
Yeah, good. So you learned that one. Okay, what about number two? The bear. What?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
The bear get in the water and trying to get fish for his breakfast. And as we can see, he succeeded in his action. And he get his tasty breakfast.
Okay.
So probably he's enjoying himself too.
Yeah. The bear gets in. We would say the bear gets in the water and tries to get a fish for his breakfast. And then I would just put a period, and then the next sentence is as we can see, period, he succeeded. He is having a tasty meal. Is that something like that?
Yeah. This is native speaker usually do this much better.
Well, that's okay because now you can have some practice doing it and sample sentences, so you can, because you're saying the word. So I'm just giving you some ideas in writing.
Put in flesh.
Yeah, right. Okay, so you can go ahead and keep working on number 3 then. And when you're done, I can help you again.
Okay.
Okay, great. Okay, is anybody else ready to read? Amparo, are you ready?
Not yet.
Okay, go ahead. Hi Arzu, how are you? We have quite a few people that are watching. It looks like some people have been trying to come in and maybe are losing their connection. So sometimes when you come in, your microphone is muted. So when you come in, you can unmute your microphone by clicking on the microphone icon. Hi Arzu, do you know where to go to look for the link?
Lisa?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Okay, which number?
4.
Okay, go ahead.
Smile become hard currency nowadays. It's rarely to smile. It's rarely to smile, especially in the tough life. But even though, still some things can force me to laugh like little kids' smile face. I can't overcome it. Also, comedy movies and child memories once shared it with childhood friends. Moreover, I'm trying to smile as much I can, especially it's good for health and social relations.
Okay, good. I'm going to move it down a little bit because people are writing. And okay, let's see. Smiling. Okay, smiling has. What did you mean by has become the hard currency nowadays?
Hard currency, it's something difficult to reach or to get.
Okay. All right. Smiling has become. I don't think we use hard currency. What we use it more for is well, for money, of course, but
Yes.
also something hard to. You mean hard to obtain nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Smiling has become. Oops. Become. Trying to think of how it. I think I would start off with nowadays, actually.
No need for that.
Yeah. Nowadays, we would say something like it is hard to come by. Smiles. Nowadays, it is hard to come by smiles. It's rarely. Let's see.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Lisa.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this expression to come by smiles.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
It's
difficult to smile.
Well, it's hard to come by. Like you don't find there very many of them. Like it doesn't happen very often.
Okay.
Nowadays, it is. Is that what you meant?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it is. We would say it is rare to see people smiling, especially in this tough life. Okay. But even so, still some things can force me to laugh, comma, like little like a little kid's smiling face. I would say resist it. Resist, it means you can't not smile. Also, comedy movies and childhood memories once shared with childhood friends. And then you have to say, make me smile. Moreover, I'm trying to smile as much as I can, especially because it's good for health and social relations. Okay, good. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, very good. I like my words when you corrected. Yeah, especially because. Can we use it together? Especially because.
Especially because, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lisa, I'm ready.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Amparo?
Yeah.
Amparo? Okay, go ahead.
I like my life in the way that it is. I live in a small, beautiful country with many places to visit. I enjoy a lot sharing my life with my family. My family is a big one, so when we get together, we cook, we go to the beach, we have karaoke, even when nobody has a great voice. A lot of fun. My life is marvelous because I was able to study the career that I wanted. I'm free to practice any religion, to take my favorite classes, cooking and English, and then I can prepare the dishes for my family in every opportunity that I have. Because of my big family, you can realize that I have many opportunities to do it. I cannot complain about my family. I've been blessed.
Okay, great. All right, I like my life. We would just say, I like my life the way it is. I live in a small but beautiful country with many places to visit. I enjoy, we would say, rather than a lot, in that, you could say, I really enjoy sharing my life with my family. My family is a big one, so when we get together, we cook, we go to the beach, we have karaoke, even when nobody has a great voice. A lot of fun. My life is marvelous because I have been able to study the career that I wanted. I am free to practice any religion, to take, and then I would say, and to take my favorite classes, cooking and English. Then I would just end it there. Then I can prepare, or so I would say something like, therefore, I can prepare the dishes for my family. Let's see. Maybe I just say then. Then I can prepare the dishes for my family in every opportunity that I have. Because of my big family, you can realize that I have many opportunities to do this. I cannot complain about my life. I've been blessed. Okay, great. So remind me which country you're in Ecuador, or?
Yes,
Amparo?
yes, you're right.
Ecuador, okay. Yeah.
Yes, Ecuador, yeah.
How big is your family? Like, you have a lot of cousins and things? Or?
Nine siblings.
Wow, yeah, that is big.
Really
do you all live in the same town or close by?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, in the same town. And so I have a lot of nieces and nephews. A big family. When we are together, we can be almost 30.
Wow.
Yeah,
yeah, it adds up. Yes, I had some friends who from the United States that went to Ecuador, and they said that that the people were very very family oriented, so they had a lot of ties to their family, and they're always very busy with your family doing things. So sounds fun.
Lisa, I finished.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, Ahmad, are you ready to read?
Yeah, okay. Remember, I prefer our classes to have their sharing of I should say students. Yeah. yeah, to have their sharing of the class by asking, reading, and speaking with their teacher. This is for two reasons. First, sharing in class would keep the student focused in the class. Otherwise, it looks boring for just sitting and listening to the teacher. The second is that when students share in the class, they actually practice some skills at the same time. When the students share in the class with their teachers, they actually became more focused on their ideas. This is also help the teacher to grab their attention. For example, I used to have a lot of side talking in most of my classes because it looked boring for me. But in sense, but in science classes, it was impossible. I was focusing on the topic 100%. The teacher could ask for my opinion anytime in the class. Sometimes she asked me to read, explain, and conclude some ideas. Every student appreciate these classes. We barely feels like boring in the classes. In the class, each student have his own level. Some of them would need more explains or maybe more time to get to the idea. Teachers would need this kind of contact inside the class with their students to be sure that everyone is following them. After all, no one wants to just stand there and talk to himself as a maniac. If in my English classes, I should say there, my English classes, for example, in my high school again, I never shared by reading or speaking with my teachers. This caused me to lose my confidence in my English speaking and reading skills. In conclusion, I changed the sentence many times. This one, share talking inside this one is very good. Yeah, giving. Yeah, I should say giving. Giving the student share of talking inside the class is very important part in the learning process. It helps both teachers and students in to be in the right way. In the right way in the class.
Okay. All right,
I
good.
tried to catch time. Yeah, I time myself for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Myself it's 30 minutes.
Okay, great.
So I felt like lost in the middle of the essay.
Uh-huh. Did it feel tighter? Did it feel more like you were more rushed when you were writing?
Yeah. I lost my ideas and started again.
You were worried?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here, I'll make some corrections here. Okay, I would just say I prefer that students have a chance to share in the class by asking questions, reading, and speaking with their teacher. This is for two reasons. First, sharing in class keeps the students focused on, we say focused on the class. Otherwise, it looks boring, or it is boring. It is boring just sitting with an eye and listening to the teacher. The second reason is that when students share in the class, they actually practice some skills at the same time. All right, good. When the students share in the class with their teachers, they usually become more focused on their ideas. No need for a apostrophe there. On the ideas. Okay. This also helps the teacher to grab their attention. For example, I used to have a lot of side talking in most of my classes because it was boring for me. But in science class, it was impossible. I was focusing on the topic. Okay, so remember in English we put the percent sign after the number there. I was focusing on the topic 100%. The teacher could ask for my opinion at any time in the class. Sometimes, sometimes she asked me to read, explain, and conclude something. Every student appreciated this class, period. We barely felt like it was boring in the class. Each student, I would say, is at his own level. Some of them would need more explaining, or maybe more time to get to the idea, to the ideas, or more time to understand, let's say, the ideas. Teachers would need the kind of contact inside the class with their students to be sure that everyone is following them. After all, no one wants to just stand there and talk to himself like a maniac. In my English, capitalize E, classes, for example, in my high school, again, I never shared by reading or speaking with my teachers. This caused me to lose my confidence in my English speaking and reading skills. In conclusion, giving the students a chance to share and talk inside the class is a very important part of the learning process. It keeps both teachers and students, we would say, behaving the right way in the class. Okay? Great.
Yeah.
I have one more.
Okay, go ahead, Maria.
If there's time.
Yes.
Yeah, there are some difficult words here. If you can find better words,
okay,
just go ahead and change it. More than 45,000 gas station customers refueled their cars and drove away from the gas station without paying last year, according to a report from an industry organization. The cost for this averaged 30,000 crowns per gas station. Despite the problem, the gas station owners refused to withdraw the customers' possibility to pay cash after refueling. That's because most gas stations sell more than just fuels and car accessories, and they want the customers to come into the shop. We make our money inside the shop, so it's important for us that the customers want to come in, says Robert Dimlich from the industry organization. Last Tuesday, 2 men died in a car crash after refueling their car, driving away from a gas station without paying, and the car chased by the police.
Oh, whoa. All right. So more than 45,000 gas station customers refueled their cars and drove away from the gas station without paying last year, according to a report from an industry organization. Okay.
I'm trying to write as short sentences as possible, but this was very long, so I don't know how to shorten it. Okay. Is there a word for that when you just... It's not rain check, it's something else. When you just drive away without paying. Do you have a word for that?
Yes, we do. I can't think of it, though.
Okay.
When you do anything without paying for it, yeah. I have to think. I can't. It's not coming to me right now, but I know there's some word.
You have never done it. That's why you cannot.
Yeah, I've never done that. I used to work at a gas station, so I used to have to when I was like 16.
So this might happen to you, or?
Yeah, well, especially I don't think it can happen here in the United States anymore because you can't start putting gas in your car unless you've paid.
Okay. Yeah, it's different here.
Oh, yeah. No, you have to either pay first with cash by going inside, or you have to pay with your credit card.
Okay.
Yeah. So the cost for this averaged 30,000 crowns per gas station. Despite the problem, I would say just despite this problem, just to be more clear, this problem, the gas station owners refused to withdraw the customer's ability
Okay.
to pay cash after the refueling. Okay, so they still let them do that, huh? Yeah.
Yes.
That's because most gas stations sell more than just fuel and car accessories.
I mean car stuff. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's fine. Car accessories. Okay. Yeah. They want the customers to come into, one word, the shop. We make our money inside the shop, so it is important for us that the customers want to come in, says Robert Dumick from the Industry Rings. Okay. 2 men died in a car crash last Tuesday after refueling their car, driving away from a gas station without paying, and
after.
Yeah. Well, how did they die?
Sorry?
How did they die? They crashed while they were being chased?
Well, I haven't read the whole story, but it was very, like, much drama.
Yeah.
Very dramatic. They were chased for, I don't know, they drove through, like, what do you call that?
They drove through something like a barrier or something?
Like a barrier,
Uh-huh.
which was closed.
Oh,
and
okay.
so they drove from the bridge down to the water, into the water. It was one of those bridges that can open up.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the bridge was closed, but they drove right through the bridge and down into the water and died.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of dramatic just for not buying your gas.
and it says here, the police was not sure that the men had not paid, but they they suspected that they had not paid.
Maybe they had done something else.
Yeah. They are investigating now, so
yeah,
we'll see.
Wow. Okay, that's...
Excuse me?
Yes. Vladimir, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes?
Excuse me?
Yes, I'm here.
Ahmed? Okay, hold on.
Yes.
Ahmed?
I have just comment about one word, despite.
Yes.
Despite, how we
Despite.
can use, yeah,
Okay.
despite. Yeah, despite. Can we use like same meaning, even though?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's same meaning.
Yes. Yeah. So right here she said despite this problem, so that means like even though they have this problem, the gas station owners still refuse. Okay, you could say it that way. Yeah. Even though this problem exists, or yeah. Does that make sense? Despite. Yeah, and you say it despite. So despite this, yeah. So like you could say despite. I'm trying to think how you could use that in describing this. Despite having. Okay, you could just say like despite knowing that they are losing a lot of money, they still want people to pay after they fuel up their tanks or something like that.
Oh, you're talking to me?
No, I'm just giving him another example of how you could say despite.
Okay.
Like the word despite, yeah. Mhm. In the same context there. Okay. So we're running out of time. Let's see, Vladimir, I'm going to read yours real quick and make corrections, okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. The question was if you had an opportunity. Okay. Yeah. First, I want to say hi to everyone and that it is an honor to me to be here to talk to you. What I want to share with you here is how IT technology is changing our society. It connects us and gives us opportunities to communicate with friends around the world. Period. It is referring to IT technology. It helps us. Yeah, it helps us improve our language skills by way. You could say by way of Skype and other services.
By means is not correct. No, by means using.
By means of Skype. No, it's by way of.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it helps people to provide services remotely, and frankly, say probably no one can imagine ourselves without. Okay, and frankly, comma, probably no one can imagine ourselves without technology. No, you could say nobody. Nobody can imagine ourselves without technology. But along with this whole amount of benefits, you could say, but along with these many benefits, comma, we also can see that people are becoming lazy, period. They aren't physically active. Children are spending time playing video games and we aren't willing to improve ourselves. Okay, great.
Wow, a lot of mistakes. Yeah.
No, not very many actually. Just a few and just a couple of words, but that's good. The ideas were good.
Text.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, Gassan, how about the two lesbians up there?
Yeah, I feel cheated, because the time is over and you have to go.
I know, I do. Let me do it real fast. Okay, two lesbians are celebrating their marriage in Oregon, though actually they got married in New York, according to...
Or by, I don't know which one.
Yeah, according to the new law of New York State that gave them the right to do so. Then traveled to Oregon to get high using weed. that just had been declared, we say, legal there a few weeks ago. Thanks to cool people of Oregon and also Colorado. Anyway, they are really happy, and that's why they are announcing their adoption of a zebra-looking teddy bear to share their happiness and pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward, yeah.
Have you seen that movie? It's a movie. Pay it
No,
forward.
I haven't seen it, no.
It's good.
Alright.
It's a bit sad also.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
In the end.
But Susan and Jane have been good friends since they were children. They like to have fun, and this time they decided to organize a party where the theme was to play a role like an actress. They got some costumes from the costume shop, and in this picture they are imitating an old group of singers that nobody knew or remembered. For sure, they didn't get any prize at the party. Gassan, this is the bear that gave birth to the teddy bear that I have mentioned in the previous. Or you can say that I mentioned in the previous story, and then traded it for this fresh, delicious fish. Though those naughty ladies tricked the poor bear, and he lost the fish. He lost.
No, they lose or they free the fish in the water.
Oh. Tricked the bear, and okay, they freed the fish in the water, so the bear had to chase it for a while to catch it again, and obviously this is that moment in which the photographer captured and sent it to Lisa, the teacher, just to use in her class. Great. Okay, awesome. All right, that was worth it, huh? Okay, that was fun. Okay, guys, thanks for coming to the class. As always, it's always fun and entertaining and interesting to read what you guys come up with. You guys are very creative people, so good job on that. I am going to put the link now in the Verbling chat because Alpha is over here having a panic attack. Okay. So there you go, Alpha, Altair, and everybody else is the same person. Okay. Now we're going to have a reading class, and I'm going to do that next. So if you want to come and do some reading and talking about what a gap year is and traveling around the world, that's what we're going to be talking about. Okay? Bye.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye. Like a native English speaker would write. So if you are interested in practicing your writing, now is a good time. As soon as you see that green button, that's the join class button, and that way you can come into the Google Hangouts here. I posted in the chat that I'm only going to give the Google document link in the Google chat. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I'm a little bit concerned because sometimes we have a lot of people watching this class, and sometimes people go to the document, and in the past we've had a couple of times that somebody has, maybe by accident, maybe on purpose, we don't know, they have erased people's writings, and that's not very fun. So, hi there, Ahmad and Maria. Welcome to class. Let me go post the thing. So, how are you doing? Ahmad, were you going to send me your other one? Did you want to do that?
I already sent it that.
I didn't see it yet. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's about 45 minutes only.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I didn't check my email. Okay, great. So, hi everybody. We're just going to wait for everybody to join the class. If you've joined already and you are in the Google Hangouts, then please go to the Google chat. I will show you where that is to make sure. Hi everybody, this is Lisa, and it's time for another writing class. In this hour, we are going to be doing some writing in English. So if you are interested in improving your writing skills, then this may be the class for you. Everybody is welcome, all different levels. I provide questions and prompts and some pictures that you can write stories about or describe. And I also have an essay question for the TOEFL exam. So if you're a person who is studying for the TOEFL exam, like Ahmad, who's in the chat, hi Ahmad, then you may be interested in participating in this class and spending most of the time working on developing an essay. It's kind of to help you kind of simulate a testing situation, so you get the question and you have the time. Usually we only get to have about 45 to 50 minutes to write because it takes a little while to start the class up and get everybody in here and everybody to the Google documents. So it takes a few minutes to get started, but then you have the whole rest of the time to write your essay if you want to write the essay. And then I provide feedback, corrections, feedback, how you can change the wording a little bit, how to make it a little bit more clear or more. Sure everybody knows it's on your left hand side of your screen. If you're looking at the screen, the video is in the middle, and on the left it says chat, and if you click on chat, it opens up a window. Let's see, that's not what I wanted to share with you yet. Sorry, get organized here. Here we go. Yeah, so here we are. If you go and go to the Google chat, that's where you're going to find the Google document that we're going to be using. So I see 2 people have opened it already, but we have a few more people in the Google Hangout, so I want to make sure you know how to get to the document. So right here, this is the blue chat box, so just go over to the chat box, click on it, and it will open up a group chat. And then you see this link that I posted here. If you click on that link...
It's not there, Lisa. We can't see it. I can see it.
You cannot see it in the Google chat?
No, I see it on your page, and you're sharing with us, but I don't see it in the Google chat or Verbling chat.
Let me try again. Okay, do you see it now?
Yes, it's there. Thank you. Now it's there.
Okay, great. So if you click on that, it will open up the Google document, and that is where we're going to be writing. So let me screen share that with you all. Report, you can tell it just as a simple description. Here, number 2 is a similar thing. You have a picture, and so write the story that goes along with this picture, and you get to make it up. You can tell us what happened before this bear got in the water, what's going to happen next. You can describe the picture. It's really up to you. This is a very, what we call, open-ended writing class. I'm not giving you very, very specific details about how you have to do things. It's more about your own creativity and just using the language. Number 3 is, if you had an opportunity to get a message across to a large group of people, what would that be, or what would it be? So that means, like, if you have a message of peace and love, or you know, no war, or you have some other kinds of messages that you think are important for people to learn about or hear, what would it be? And explain about that. 4 is a simple little one. It just says, what makes you smile? So just tell us about something that makes you smile, makes you laugh maybe, or makes you feel happy inside. Number 5 is, what do you like about your life? So you can pick 1 or 2 things and write a paragraph or 2 explaining some of the things that you like about your life. And then the last one here is the TOEFL essay question. So it's an independent essay, so it means you're writing it all by, and just make sure everybody understands how it works. So I'm going to go over the directions. Like I said, if you are already a person who has done this class many times with me, then you may go ahead and start writing. Today I have 6 different questions or prompts, and I also put in here this thing where it says optional. Because I know some people, it's fun to just try to write something just because I gave you a question or something, but I know some people are trying to develop certain types of writing or certain styles, and also they just want to practice a specific thing, and I'm okay with that. So if you want to go to the bottom and just type anything that you are working on, leave Ahmad's stuff alone, but maybe go beyond his, then you can do that. Okay? So here's how it works. The writing class, ready to write. Read the questions. So as you can see, if you scroll down the page, you'll be able to see that we have some pictures, and then we have, they're not necessarily questions, they're what you call prompts. So this one says, tell the story of what is going on. So you see these 2 women here. What are they doing? Why are they doing it? You get to tell that story. And you can tell it in whatever style you want. You can tell it as a funny story, a serious story, a news report.